Welcome to CFC Fans TV. We are here to discuss Diego Costa. He has left Chelsea Football Club. It's official. Costa will not be a Chelsea player for much longer. We have agreed terms with Atletico Madrid. It's going to be completed in January, but it's happening. I mean, it is subject to personal terms and that, but there is no doubt that this one is going to happen. It's disappointing. I'm so grateful to Costa for everything he's done. His goals won us 2 league titles. There's no bones about it. Let's make no bones about that. That is the fact of the matter. So I'm very, very disappointed to see him go. But I think the future's bright. I'm looking forward to what we have to replace him. I wish him well. I hope it goes well for him. Obviously not too well because Atletico are in our group. The good news means, we can't face him until the final if it were to go that way. But it's just a shame. He's going to be having his medical in the next few days, but it kind of feels like that's going to be fine. But he actually hasn't played football for such a long time. I think he hasn't played football for about 100 days. So his fitness is definitely going to be in question. But we know what a brilliant football player he is. We know how excellent he is at pretty much every role that a striker has to play. He holds up the ball brilliantly. He finds the back of the net with his head. Finds the back of the net with his both feet. It's just a huge loss to Chelsea Football Club, but it's one we've known is coming for a while. It's one that our manager was certainly in favour of, and it's one that we have acted fast to replace, to rectify. We've got Alvaro Morata in, and it started off very well for him. He scored a good few goals, hit the ground running, and long may that continue. The fee is £50 million, I think £53 million, which for me, I've just had a discussion with a couple of the lads at Ball Street, and I initially said that I thought it was a bargain. I thought that sort of price for a man of his quality was a bargain, but a lot of people seem to think that that wasn't the case. They seem to think that it was a pretty fair deal. Nobody did particularly well out of it. Nobody did particularly badly. I suppose the way that it has to be seen from our perspective is that it is very good money because Atletico Madrid have smashed through their own transfer record. I think their previous record was 33 million, which they paid for Radamel Falcao in 2011 from Porto. So Atletico Madrid have gone big for Diego Costa. They have put everything they can into getting hold of a player like this, and it makes sense to why they'd want him because, firstly, he loves that club. So having a player who wants to play for your club the way that he wants to play for them is just a brilliant thing. When a player feels the way that we do as fans, you can't ask for anything more than that. I suppose you can. You can ask that he's brilliant at playing football as well, and Diego Costa is certainly that. I'm just going to get a couple of your comments up here. Very interested to see what you guys have been saying. Comment in, by the way. Unsure where I stand. I'm completely unsure where I stand on this one. I think I like to try and be positive and think that it's an upgrade, but the truth is I just think Diego Costa is so good. When you think about all of the points that he won for us on his own, think about the 1-0 last season against Middlesbrough away. Think about the 1-0 last season against West Brom at home. The goals obviously scored by Diego Costa, so we have to replace that. And I think that our transfer window has been okay. I think it's been quite good, but overall, I think that we are going to. It's an effort for anybody to replace a player of Diego Costa's brilliance. Just going to have a look here at some of your comments. Diego Costa's goals. This is from Sam Kenny. Thank you, mate. Diego Costa's goals were worth 15 points last season. That is obviously huge. Somebody else here, Yusuf, says, great, the liability has finally left. So this is one that is really splitting the camp. I think everybody knows where I stand on this one. I'm sad to see him go, and I certainly do wish him well. But it's just how we recover when he's gone. Where am I? Yes, it does look like I'm lying on a football. I am currently lying down on a football pitch. As you can tell, I'm actually, prone lying out on a football pitch, having this conversation, lying against the AstroTurf. I'm currently covered in like a rubber crumb. Anybody who plays football will know the perils of that rubber crumb. It's a painful thing, and I find them everywhere. I find them in my bread bin. It's no fun at all. What else are people saying here? 2-1. Yeah, he scored absolutely goal. His goals won us points against Watford, against West Ham. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It is going to be difficult. But a lot of people are commenting here. Glad to see him go. That one comes in from Frank. But then Ryan just below has said gutted he's leaving. So we really don't know where we stand on this one. I might put a poll out actually on Twitter and see exactly how people feel on this. But for me, I am pretty gutted. But I don't think it has to necessarily have a detrimental effect on our aspirations this season. I think that we can still do very well. I think that we're competing on all fronts, and there's no reason why this season doesn't end in silverware. I'm dreaming of a Champions League. I'm dreaming of going to Kiev. So, Alvaro Morata, young as he is, has already won 2 Champions Leagues. So we're replacing Costa with somebody who knows exactly what it means to win at that level. So fingers crossed it can happen. Someone here, Triu Ho, has said hopefully we can sign Sanchez. That's being very optimistic. I think if that one was going to happen, it would have happened already. I feel like Sanchez wouldn't have allowed himself to get into the position he's in without having some sort of a plan. I think he must know where he's going to go, because otherwise it's just a ridiculous situation for him, isn't it? But yeah, it's... Who else are we saying here? Opposing backlines feared Diego. Yes, you're absolutely right. Griezmann in January. That's a very interesting thought there from Luke. Griezmann in January would change things, wouldn't it? That would make this deal a lot more palatable from our perspective. But again, I can't see that one happening. This actually came up on the Bull Street video that we just did. Make sure you check that one out. But in that video, we had a bit of a conversation about Griezmann, and I said there's no way Costa would have gone if the deal was that he was going to lose somebody that would definitely, losing Griezmann makes Atletico a far less daunting proposition for anyone facing them. Costa wants them to go. Costa obviously would want to go there, and for them to be a real test and a team capable of winning the Champions League. So selling Griezmann, for me, doesn't quite add up to what they're trying to do at Atletico. But like I say, check out that Bull Street video, because Sam Peebles, who's a Manchester United fan, made a very good point. He said Atletico are in trouble at the moment financially. They need to balance their books. They're going through that transitional phase, new stadium, so perhaps they will have to let him go. Tree Who says we should do more live videos. Oh, that's really kind. Really do appreciate your feedback. In fact, if you do enjoy this video, will you just give this video a thumbs up, just so that we can monitor it? And if you like this kind of thing, we can do it a bit more. And obviously, if you don't, we won't do it anymore. We need a very good winger. You think Thanasis thinks we need a very good winger. I would say that we have 3 excellent wingers at the club. I think we're quite blessed in that position. So I think we do need to strengthen. I think there's certainly areas of our squad where we could improve. But for me, wide positions aren't where we desperately need it. I think we have some excellent players in those positions, and you've got to remember players like Jeremy Boga and Charlie Masonda are waiting, ready, poised to jump at any opportunities they get. Think about Masonda's performance last night. Came on, he scored, he celebrated the way that I would. It was incredible watching him play and do what he did, because it was basically watching myself play football. Obviously, he's far better than me, but that's exactly what I do. If I scored on my debut at Stamford Bridge, I would just be running around screaming and collapsing when I got to the halfway line. So it was wonderful to see somebody like him do that. There's a lot of talent coming through. So I don't think we need to worry too much about what happens in January. You've got to remember Ethan Ampadu yesterday as well. Came on, completely dictated the play, spraying the ball around with the outside of his boot. It's the sort of debut I like from a 17-year-old. We have somebody here saying Mahrez in January. Yeah, I think Riyad Mahrez is a very gifted football player, but I don't quite know what he would bring to our team that we don't currently have in abundance. So, does he improve us massively? Is he drastically better than Willian? Is he drastically better than Pedro? For me, the answer's no. So, yeah, I think... Sorry, we are getting off topic here. I've just seen a comment go flying up that says we're getting off topic, we need to be discussing Costa. And you're absolutely right, need to be more focused on this channel, and I apologise. Ampadu was bad. I couldn't disagree with you more. I missed your name again. I've put the mic in a really weird position here, so it makes it very difficult for me to read your comments. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think Costa, it has to be this, doesn't it? I think the final word from me on Diego Costa is thank you for everything. It's been an emotional ride. Your goals secured us 2 Premier League titles and a League Cup. So let's never forget quite how valuable you were. But it's over, so we really do have to look forward. And I think in Alvaro Morata, we have a wonderful deputy. Right, we're going to do 2 minutes, very briefly, of your questions. So get any questions in. Cavani or Costa? There is absolutely no doubt that Diego Costa is twice a player Cavani is. Man, Rory, you are so disappointed. No, I'm not that disappointed. Oh, from Ronaldo. Whoa, I thought you'd have other things to be doing. But nice to know that Ronaldo watches this channel. I am obviously disappointed because I like him a lot. But I think we'll be okay. Rory, are you going to Stoke? I'm not. My wife's family are in town, so I've given the one and only Jake Cohen my tickets. But that is it for me now. I'm going to Madrid. I fly to Madrid on Tuesday. So if anyone is going to Madrid, hit us up. Sophie will be out there. She'll be doing a vlog. So make sure that you get on it. And I cannot wait to be there in that new stadium. Doesn't it look wonderful? Fan from India. Love you, Charlie. Okay, my name's Rory. But I appreciate the sentiment. And I will extend your love to Charlie when I next speak to him. Either Griezmann or Carrasco to soften the blow. If I were picking one, I'd go Griezmann, I think. But yeah, it would certainly soften the blow. Good riddance there from Rizwan. Oh, God, I need to move my microphone, but I can't. What's the deal for him has just come in. It's 50 odd million pounds. So it's should Gary Cahill be in the 11? For Stoke, maybe. I think you can make a case for him playing at Stoke. I think that's the kind of game that he would thrive in. Didn't he score a winner there last year? When we're playing away at Stoke City, I think Gary Cahill certainly has a role to play at this club. Should he be playing against Atletico Madrid? Absolutely not. And the good news is, although David Luiz has sprained his wrist, he is available for that game, so I hear. So that is only good news. More live videos. Okay, last word before I do shoot off. If you've enjoyed this video, can you give it a thumbs up? I just want to see if it really is the way that people feel about this. And if it is, we can get a lot more of these lives in and we can do them a lot more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been really good fun. Sad to see Costa go, but comment below. Let me know how you're feeling about it. And the next time I see you for a video, I might be in Madrid. Be fun. Viva España. In a bit.